Welcome to the Healing Heart Podcast, where all healing is always a matter of the heart. I'm your host, Dawna Campbell, also known as the Mind Whisperer, interviewing guest experts on all matters of healing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Healing Heart Podcast. And I am your host, Dawna Campbell. My guest today was born and raised in Hawaii, and Joyceln grew up having a very active, healthy lifestyle. She's lived and worked in 12 different countries, and in 2014, Joyceln founded Transcend Wellness. Now, she's had a strong passion for health and wellness and is inspired to create a platform and community that can support everyone on their spiritual and life journey. She believes that in order to live a fulfilling and tranquil life, you must balance your body, your mind, and your soul using different techniques and modalities. And that is why she is dedicated to finding the most powerful practitioners, teachers, supplements, products, and techniques to bring them together in one place to share with everyone looking to create a more peaceful, content life, cultivating self-love and spiritual growth. Now, Joyceln is also certified in a lot of different modalities, including the Millennial Method. She's a practitioner and a teacher. She is a certified NLP advanced practitioner and trainer, and also is a performance coach, a Reiki practitioner, and so many more. So without further ado, everyone, let's just welcome Joyceln to the Healing Heart Podcast. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to share with you.
And so one of the things, Joyceln, I know you said that you had led a very active and healthy lifestyle. You've lived in a lot of different countries, but then you founded your own company called Transcend Wellness back in 2014. So share with us your path, how you grew up, and how you came to the world of healing.
Well, I was very lucky to grow up in Hawaii, and just by being in Hawaii, you do live an active lifestyle. We're at the beach every weekend, if not after school every day. And we have access to a lot of just outdoor activities all year round because it's sunny. So we weren't the type of people that would really sit in front of the television and play video games. So in that aspect, I'm very lucky. And then at 15 years old, I did my first contract overseas, which was a past life of modeling. And I lived in Tokyo. And then from there, I lived in 12 different countries, worked in 12 different countries, grew into the wellness. The thing that brought me into the wellness industry was my mom got sick. And before that, I wasn't living a very aligned lifestyle, I guess you would say. And as she got sick, I wanted to find natural ways to help her because everything was medication. And I knew there was a better way. I just knew it in my gut. My mom raised me pretty holistic as well too. So I knew there was something else out there. And that's when I went and I started in NLP, neurologic repatterning, hypnosis. And then I went into energy work. And I kept delving deeper until I found the thing that really shifted the most. So I still utilize all the other modalities that I learned, but I focus on Millennium Method because it was just the most fast and most powerful modality that helped my mom and also helped me, because as I was helping my mom, I got sick. I was still living in Hong Kong. And I was trying to help her from Hong Kong, and just the stress of it, the guilt of it and everything. I'd fly back and help her and back and forth. All of that made me sick, and I couldn't figure out what was going on until I connected the two. And so Millennium also got me better as well too. So I felt it within me. And there's just so many connections through it all when you look back, and just how everything is divinely orchestrated. And that then brought me back to Hawaii for family reasons again as well. But we've branched out now just from Transcend Wellness. We launched Wellness and Metaphysical Expos because we want people to really be able to find all these incredible modalities. Because if you don't know that they're there, and you can find something that helps you to live a more peaceful, content, healthy lifestyle, then why not? You know, why not be like, we want to bring that to everyone so they can live a better life.
Right. Absolutely. And, you know, it's always so fascinating when you're listening to people's stories and how they got into the healing modality or what they do as a healer. And most often, it's usually their own personal story or the loved one, because it's about that relationship and you want to help. And so there's that level of empathy and compassion in sharing. I know for me, my children were my catalyst that got me onto the path of healing.
Oh,
And then
man.
when that started, I had my own journey with my own health, my own relationship, all of that. So I just find that fascinating with a lot of the different similarities. Now, I know you're certified in a lot of different things, and you've mentioned the Millennial Method. Now, I'm unfamiliar with that. So share with us and our listeners, what is the Millennial Method and how does it work?
Well, Millennium Method is a fairly new modality. I think it was founded in 2004, possibly. I don't know the exact date, but the founder is a master in many other modalities, and she wanted to really create a modality. She was frustrated, so she taught a lot of different modalities, and she was frustrated because she was having a hard time getting her students to be able to master those modalities or really be able to make the biggest change that they could with the modalities that were out there with all the protocols and everything. So she actually had a dream one night about Millennium Method, and it basically ticks all the box. Anybody really that wants to do Millennium can do Millennium Method, because what it does is it takes it outside of the practitioner. So a lot of modalities, you really need to be neutral to work on the person. And it's very hard to be neutral to your family member, especially if the family member is sick. So it was very hard for us to make a lot of progress with some of the other modalities that I had. Millennium Method, because it's outside of you, it's in fractals, it's quantum physics based. You could be having the worst day, you could be having the best day, you could be dealing with a family member that's in a hospital, but you can still make the same amount of change with this modality. As well, as a practitioner, I can't put my stuff on you if I'm having a bad day. So it's an incredible tool that anybody can use, and that anybody that is intuitive, it enhances their intuition, because basically you tell them intuitively what's going on, and then it comes up in either it comes up in the fractals or not. So it helps you to hone your skills to be like, oh yes, it was exactly this, here you go. And it's kind of like a double reconfirmation from the practitioner as well as from the fractals. And each fractal has over 1 million downloads in each fractal. So when the fractals do come up, it's an intuitive reading where we can let you know what those weaknesses are that's blocking whatever it is that you want to work on. Then we take it a step further and we download it into your energy through your C1 vertebrae and any acupuncture point or pressure point in your body to point it, collapse your body's wave function, and shift it instantly. So it's kind of like this intuitive reading and quantum shift all in the same session. So every time we pull your new main roots for what the issue is, we're pulling for that new energy, and we clear as much as we can in one session that your soul or your higher self or your energy allows in that session. And the downloads are progressive, so they're there with you like throughout the month, and things just start showing up. And the incredible thing about it is, when I first started doing it, things would just start showing up, and so much so that my husband was like, what's going on here? So he actually took all the classes because he couldn't believe that we would work on something and then it would just show up in ways that you didn't expect, because you're playing in the quantum. So what shows up is never what you expect. It always comes from something that's non-existent, or you're pulling from something outside of you.
So in learning here a little bit about the process and knowing that it's quantum physics based,
Yes.
what, like a client or somebody who would want to experience the Millennial Method, what would a typical client come in for, and what would be some of the results that they would receive?
I think you can really work on, sorry, you can really work on anything. I've worked on things from my cat that had asthma after having rabies vaccinations, and got him off his inhaler, to severe depression, to manifesting for business, to in our past career, my husband and I were in an industry, and I would work on what we needed for our business. And all of a sudden, this new, I guess, division started from nowhere. We created an entire market that didn't exist, and that's where our main income came from. So you can really work for relationships. It's incredible as well. You know, we have every month we collect new baggage in the relationship. So it's good to like clean that out, especially if you've had past traumas in your relationships, to clear those out. Childhood traumas, even if it's not a trauma, but it's a childhood limiting belief that we are kind of held in. Ancestral patterns, we can clear ancestral patterns, help you be the one that's going to really be able to change from you onwards for future generations. And when you clear for yourself, you're not just clearing for your future generations, you are still clearing for your ancestors. So whether it's manifesting money, relationships, health, you can really use it for anything.
So if I understand correctly, then what you're doing is you're tapping into the other person's energy, into their energy field, to understand intuitively what is going on within them and within the different systems, and then what it is that they want to shift or change in their consciousness, things to have better. And then through the different systems, you can put in the right energy into the body to create and manifest. Do I have that understanding right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, of course, there's no right or wrong, but it's just what, like, imagine we are a big puzzle, right? And things happen in life and pieces fall out, or we come to this life to learn certain things and there's missing pieces. Millennium Method just helps to kind of like give you these new pieces, but not to put the old picture back, to create this new picture of where we're going. It's a modality that helps you to quantum leap. It's kind of like we're a mathematical algorithm. The fractal is a mathematical algorithm. Imagine, on a very, very simple term, a CD-ROM coming out of you. You put the information in, insert it into your system, reprogram it instantly. So it's a very fast, effective way of doing things. And the thing is, it's always, so when we manifest with Millennium Method, it's always this or something better, because you want to manifest what you want, but you don't want to limit it to what you know or what you think you want, because there potentially is something that you've never even imagined. I'm sure you've gone into meetings with people and you're like, this is my plan, but I'm going to keep it open. And then something more incredible comes out of that meeting. So it's stuff like that.
All right. So everybody, we are here with Joyceln, and we are at the Healing Heart podcast, and we are talking about the Millennial Method and what it is, the results that we get for clients by utilizing this newer technique and healing modality. We're going to take our quick break here for our sponsor. And when we come back, we're going to continue the conversation. So stay tuned. Get what you always wanted. Abundant life is possible. Transform your lifestyle in just weeks with the most innovative system developed for heart-centered business professionals who seek change today. You are one step away from creating infinite prosperity, happiness, and love. Grab your bonus link now that's in the show notes. Welcome back to the Healing Heart podcast. And our guest today is Joyceln. She has been certified in so many different modalities, but the newer one is called the Millennial Method. And we've been exploring what it is and what it does and what the results are for different clients by utilizing and how this works. Now, it's a method that I am not familiar with, so I'm always looking and seeking and growing and asking for more information. So when you talk about Joyceln, having the different systems and then having, the information go into, you said part of it was the C1 vertebrae and all of that. Share with us, how does that really work with the spine, where information goes in at, and in that piece there? Because I'm curious with how that is and how it integrates into the body.
Well, the thing is with Millennium Method, it's very hard to explain because it's all energetic, right? So it goes into the C1, which is the Atlas. And as it goes in, you have to kind of get out of the way when you 2-point, get out of the way and just let it do its thing. It's kind of like a watch pot doesn't boil, or a watch kettle doesn't boil, right? So you get out of the way and you let it happen. It's very hard to explain how Millennium Method works or what you would feel without actually doing that session. So during the session, as you're getting the downloads, as you're getting the shifts, you may get a little dizzy, you may get a little nauseous. It is an intense energetic detox. So by the end of the session, you will feel lighter. You have to drink a lot of water, obviously, to flush everything out after, but you feel through the session, you feel the physical ailments. Sometimes when we're releasing things in certain body parts, you might feel like a little back pain coming up because we're releasing what was stuck in there. Then as we release, maybe a memory will pop up of something that you don't even know that was even there, that was stored there, that was just stuck. And really some of the things that were stuck that were slowing down your flow, slowing down your synchronicity, slowing down your chi, whatever that might be, are going to come up during the session. So it's hard to explain the science behind it, I guess you would say, because it is very energetic. It is very quantum physics. I mean, even to the sense that nothing is real until you observe it. And there have been times in one deck of fractals that 2 of the same fractals come up. And it sounds crazy, but during a session, 2 have come up about 3 or 4 times during my sessions. And then after the session, they're gone because it is quantum physics, right? So anything can happen. The fractal that you're pulling up for that person with the intention that that person's energy is pulling it from you. So I'm just the facilitator for your energy pulling what it needs. So I can't really do anything that your higher self doesn't want.
Right. And one of the words you've used throughout our time here today so far is fractal. What do you mean by a fractal, if people don't know out there in our listening world? So
fractals are everywhere. I don't know if you know the Fibonacci sequence, but and you can store a lot of information in them. So the founder artificially templates a lot of protocols into the fractals because you can store information in there. So fractals on a basic level, they've done studies at University of Oregon that just by looking at a basic fractal, it already calms your mind, calms your energy. Her fractals are quite intricate, very intricate actually. So just by looking at the fractals and the mathematical algorithm and the artwork in the fractals, already that's going to start shifting you, but it's not until we actually download the fractal into your energy that you're going to get the full effect of it. But fractals are everywhere in life, everywhere around you.
All right. So this is all here so far about the Millennial Method, but I know you're certified in a lot of other different things. And with all the different certifications and having that strong passion for health and wellness, in putting together a community, putting together all of the things that you do, getting the best modalities, getting the best supplements, getting the best pathway tuned in right for the person that you work with, share with us a little bit about your picture of what you do as a whole.
So as a whole, I still focus on my one-on-one to be able to help my clients to create whatever it is, like create this incredible life that they are content and fulfilled in. I just got led to taking it to the next level to kind of be able to help more people at once, which is why I opened Wellness and Metaphysical, which are expos that we are starting in Hawaii, that then we are going to take other places, but we ultimately want to create this community because a lot of times without that community, you can't cement the change. You really are who you hang out with. And if you are hanging out with the same people doing the same, talking about the same things, and they hold you in that energy, your growth is going to be a lot slower. But if you find this community of people that are energized, that are looking for growth, that want to collaborate with you to help you each other build your business, as well as bringing these modalities to the world, with the general public, to be able to share it with them so they can come and they can kind of take a taste of it and see which modality really fits you, because there's so many modalities out there, because there's the ones that really resonate with you and the ones that resonate with someone else. So that's what we're what we are offering in the expo and in the community that we are doing with Wellness and Metaphysical. And that's kind of the evolution. And so one day, if you do want to come to our expo in Hawaii, we're going to have another one, possibly in 2023, but we're going to have 2 in 2024. And it's more of that community, just like we have to help each other right now. The change that we need to make, because everything is accelerating so fast and pushing us. Like, it feels like one day shifts are like a year of shifts right now. Sometimes I'm pretty sure you've had those days,
Yes.
But the growth is also exponential. And so if you have that community and you have that support team, it really makes a big difference. And it takes the individual work that you do and it just expands it. And then in group settings, you shift more than on your own sometimes. So I like to incorporate all of that together. And really the ultimate goal is just to help all of us live a heaven on earth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that you're putting it all together, taking everything that you've learned, all of the different pieces, all of the different people, finding the best, because you're right. No two people are exactly the same in how they're going to experience. And one modality might resonate with one person and another modality might resonate with somebody else. But the modality is just really like the vehicle or the transformation method to utilize for the healing, really in the end. So how do our listeners get in touch with you if they're in Hawaii, if they want to go to Hawaii, if you're going to be traveling around to other places to experience the wealth of information that you have to share?
Well, thank you. They can find us on wellnessandmetaphysical.com and also our Instagram, Wellness and Metaphysical. We do have a retreat coming up in February here in Hawaii, and that information is on our website as well. And if you do follow us on Instagram or sign up for our newsletter, then you'll be able to find out when our next expo and music festivals and retreats will be. And it might be coming to a city near you, hopefully. But we look forward to any way that we can help you if you're a vendor as well, to help build your business. We do have business consulting, not just for our own personal, but for how to scale our businesses as well. So you can find us there. All
right. Well, thank you so much for being here as our guest, and for everyone listening. All of the links that Joyceln shared are going to be in the show notes. So all you have to do is click and get right there to where she's at. And thank you so much, Joyceln.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yeah. And for everyone else, you go create that beautiful day.